What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So I know it's been way too long since I have recorded or posted anything. I know about a month or so ago I posted a little clip, like some clips thrown together, pretty much just a filler video. Just videos that I didn't really feel like were long enough or entertaining enough to be full videos. I'm not used to vlogging like this, I'm used to moto vlogs now, but yeah, so I know it's been a while, but some circumstances happened in my life, so I'm gonna have a lot more free time. And having said that, the free time means I'm going to be doing a lot more things on the channel, a lot more videos, and just try to make content. So I'm going to try to make content more often, and etc, etc. But for now, pretty much skate videos, any hiking videos I do, any vlogs that I do, that's really what you're going to be seeing come up often, because there's been some trouble with the bikes, which is what this video is about, and what a couple, maybe one or two other ones will be about. Hopefully it will just be one, because I don't want to have to do all this work in multiple days. I want to be able to do it together. So yeah, let me get into that real quick. Okay, to start off, as you can see, the bike is disassembled. I will explain that motor in a minute after I explain everything about the bike. So the first problem with the bike that ever really broke was the bar risers. We grinded them out so we could stick bolts the whole way through it because the holes were stripped out. That worked really well, but we ground one part of the riser a little too close, so it ended up snapping when, if you guys remember Brody from one of the first videos that I ever made, he looped my bike and this snapped, and he also broke off my right mirror. But that's not too big of a deal. I only really need one mirror, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, bar risers are broken, so that was the first problem that we're trying to fix. Then, just from riding and everything, the fake tank took too much impact and the support bars broke off of it. So it just rattled, it shook, and it did a bunch of stuff that you don't want a fake tank to do on top of your bike. So along with those two, let me get my tarp moved here. So along with those two things breaking on the bike, while I was riding one day on the street, the master link of my chain broke, and I still have the chain. It's still a good chain, but yeah, it broke, so it was officially no longer rideable. The bars were sturdy enough to still ride. The fake tank wasn't necessary in order to ride, so everything was still pretty good, and I didn't really need any extras like that. I just needed the chain to be able to move, if you know what I mean. So yeah, the fake tank, the bars, and the chain all broke. When the chain broke, it screwed up my clutch cover, which hopefully will be an easy fix. It still mounts on there. There's just a hole in it now on the top. Hopefully I could just patch that up somehow. But as you can see, I have the rims off, and that's currently, at least that's what I hope to be working on today for some of this video. The bike is remarkably muddy. I really need to clean it. It's also dusty from sitting in my buddy's barn when I broke the chain. It had to sit up at his house for a while because I didn't have any way to get it home. And I also still don't have the light hooked up. But like I said, as you can see, the rims are clearly off of the bike, and I'm actually going to, the whole wheel is actually, I'm really bad at vlogging, guys. I'm so sorry for this, but The rims, again, the rims, the wheels, I'm going to be painting them. So when I first got the bike, I had this rack installed, my rear pegs installed, and my light installed, and the whole frame was painted matte black, which I liked. You know, I thought matte black was a good frame color, and the way that I was going with it, it worked well. But all of the things that I planned on doing to it cosmetically were just too expensive, and I wouldn't have been able to go through with it. So instead, I changed up my idea. I'm going to black out most of the bike, all the silver on here, probably the brake lever at some point. I don't have the paint for it yet, but hopefully I'll have that within the next few weeks. But we're going to be blacking out pretty much every piece of silver, the bottom of the forks there, and the rims I'm going to be painting gold. And the reason that I was originally painting it gold was because I planned on getting a stage 1 kit for the motor. Problem with that was I couldn't find a full stage 1 kit. I could only find the carburetor and the air filter in gold, so I found an all black one instead, which I will also be showing you guys here soon. So yeah, plan on cleaning the bike up, fixing it up, painting it, and then I'll explain this motor before I get to the rest of the video here. This is a Honda 200. We're pretty sure it's out of a quad or probably a 3-wheeler like the two that we have, which you guys have yet to see, but don't worry, they'll be coming too. But we got this when we got some parts for our 3-wheelers, and the guy said he didn't know what all was wrong with it. He just had it as pretty much a parts motor, but it's an electric start. It's as far as I know, it is like a full automatic, so clutch and shifting, not semi, to where you just have to shift without using a clutch. But we didn't have any plans for this. We just took this motor. The guy gave it to us for free along with all the other parts that we got off him. We bought the other parts, but he gave us this motor free, and it's been sitting here for about a year and a half now, and we had absolutely no plans for it. So my stepdad, he's the one that bought the parts and everything, he told me that I could have it, do whatever I want with it, because he didn't have a plan for it, and he kind of just took it because it was free. So we were planning on putting that in here, which would immediately take this bike up to, if we gear it right, about 75 miles per hour, which is crazy because its current top speed is only 20. But we decided against it because we have no clue what's wrong with this motor, and there's a hell of a lot of money that we're gonna have to put into it if we do decide to rebuild it, which we may in the future for another project, but we're not sure what yet. So I just decided that I'm going to be upgrading the 212 that's already in the bike, and I'm just going to upgrade it as far as I can and get it as fast as possible. So that's currently the plan. But let me get into the rest of this little whatever I'm doing here. So this is the part that I was most excited for. Let's see if I can set up a camera here. Hopefully that's good. Okay, so as you can see here, we have an Amazon package. And this Amazon package holds the near future of the mini bike and the channel. Hopefully my dog doesn't come down here and knock over my camera. But I wanted to do a little unboxing. I'm not going to take all of this like out of the packaging and everything. I'm just going to pull it out and show it to you, and pretty much just explain why I got it and what my future plans are. And then hopefully I'm going to get some painting in, be able to paint the rims today. If I can't do that today, or I can't do that in this video, it'll be in the next one, so make sure to look for that. But I just wanted to do a little unboxing because I am very, very excited about getting these parts. I have been waiting for them for a few weeks. We just ordered them about a week ago, but I've been trying to get them for, I want to say, about 3 months. I've been thinking about it, and then just this month I decided, I was going to go through with it, and I was going to do what I can to get them, and luckily that month was also my birthday, so I got a lot of these parts for my birthday. I got a little bit of extra than what I was originally planning, but that's perfectly alright. I also just realized my microphone's backwards, so I'm going to fix that. Okay. Now, I'm doing this outside because there's just a lot of distractions, a lot of people in my house. There's 5 other people that are currently living here, plus I got 2 dogs. Not only that, but it's nice out, and I would do this on my table, but it actually, surprisingly enough, as clear as the sky as it just downpoured, so my tables and everything are wet, but the concrete is dry. So we're going to be doing this unboxing of my porch stairs, which isn't really exactly how I expected it. So far this is my most exciting part, and I'm going to explain to you why. This is a short straight pipe for the bike. Came with the stage 1 kit. That's kind of what you need to make a full stage 1 kit. And what a stage 1 kit is for a 212, it's pretty much just a upgraded carburetor, upgraded air filter, and upgraded exhaust for better airflow and better fuel intake, I guess you could say. So the reason I'm so excited about this is because it is a perfect straight pipe. By perfect, I mean there's no mufflers, there's no like incredible bends or anything. There's nothing that's going to make this any quieter than it could possibly, be with a straight pipe. And as most of you probably know, straight pipes on cars and bikes are really loud, and even though that the 212 in the bike is only a lawnmower motor, pretty much, this will make it a lot louder. But the reason that I'm so excited for that is because not only will it make it louder, but since this is just a plain straight pipe and there's nothing else on it, I can eventually put an exhaust tip and make the bike sound different. So I could put dirt bike exhaust tips if I wanted, I could put street bike exhaust tips, I could put quad exhaust tips, whatever I could find really. And it won't sound exactly like what that exhaust tip came from, but it'll give the bike a unique sound. And that's definitely something I'd like to experiment with in the future, but for now we're just going straight with the straight pipe, which I'm perfectly fine with because, yeah, the bike's loud, but if I'm driving down the road or something, people aren't going to notice that sound coming up. They're not going to hear that and go, oh, I should look behind me, or I should look around to see if I can see a motorcycle. They hear that and they're going to be thinking, there's a train coming through, so I apologize if I have to get louder. But they're just gonna think, oh, someone's cutting their grass, I'm driving past someone cutting the grass or whatever, because it literally just sounds like a lawnmower. The camera doesn't do it justice, but in real life that's just what it sounds like, because that's pretty much what it is. But having said that, I'm definitely very excited about the straight pipe and making it louder and giving me a larger range of sounds that I can really make that bike create. And the straight pipe will also help it make more sound coming through an exhaust tip than it would with the stock exhaust, which is pretty much just a pipe in a box to make it quiet. The next thing I'm going to show you though is the air filter that goes on the carburetor. The current air filter has a full air box. Current air filter has a... I'm definitely keeping that. but it has an air box around it, and it's just a pretty much like this, just oval, bigger, and has like a sponge around it, which, don't get me wrong, that air filter is great because it's closed in. I don't have to worry about water getting in it, but it really limits how much air is going into my bike, and I plan on making this bike as fast as I can with the stock motor, and this will help with that by bringing more airflow into the motor. And if you don't know a whole much about combustion engines, to put it short and simply, more air and more fuel equals more power. The more air you can get into your engine to the same, like, with the ratio in mind of also having a large amount of fuel, that will increase the power that your engine can make. So with this whole kit, I'll only be getting maybe 5 extra miles per hour. So instead of 20, it'll be doing 25, but I'll explain what else I want to do after I show you the rest of all the things that I got. So here, the final piece of the puzzle for the Stage 1 kit is a beautiful Mikuni carburetor, and gives you fuel lines, overflow lines, you know, everything you need. But gonna be honest, Mikuni is a great mini bike brand. If you ever want to get parts from that, check out Go Power Sports, Amazon, any other go-kart or small engine like performance website you can usually get Mikuni at, or I'm sure they have their own website. But I just ordered this kit off of Amazon, and I had no clue that the carburetor was going to be a Mikuni. I was expecting a cheaper, you know, not so well built carburetor, but that's actually a nice surprise. To explain what this does, can't really. I'm not a pro at carbureted engines, or engines in general. I just know that this helps with the fuel and the air going into the motor so that it can actually do its combusting. But yeah, that is definitely a nice, pleasant surprise. It's capped off and everything to keep the inside, like the chambers of the carburetor, intact and clean, because you don't want any debris getting in your carburetor that shouldn't be there. That can cause clogging. That can cause a lot of stuff that you just don't really want in your bike. So make sure you keep that clean before you put it on, and then once you put it on, you just want to make sure you know, adjust the idle right, make sure you got the jets put in there right and everything like that. From what I know, it's pretty simple. This will be my first motor that I'm doing myself, but it may prove to be otherwise. We'll see. Along with that though, it comes with a spacer. I said I wasn't going to take all this out of the packaging, but I guess I was lying because I'm showing it to you guys. I'm also very sorry that I'm not like coming up to you to show you this, but there's also a spacer that goes on the side of the carburetor that the air filter will go onto. And then there's just extra pieces in here. There's gaskets, there's tools, there's the bolts I'm going to need. Everything I need to put this carburetor together with this air filter and put it on my bike, this kit actually came with. I will have to go find the link, but the link for this kit will be in the description. It's on Amazon. Our delivery was delayed, but I don't think that has anything to do with the kit. I think that's just, you know, with weather and how Amazon, you know, is, to put it simply. But so those are the first parts that I was going to get. I was only going to get these parts and then a master link so that I could just fix the stock chain that's on the bike. But stepdad convinced me otherwise, and he said if you're going to get master links, you might as well just get a new chain, because my chain's old and crusty and dusty. So here we have another full kit, which I will also try to link in the description if possible. It comes with a full chain. Size 420 is what my bike takes. It's what most Predator 212s take, unless you put unless you gear it differently, you know, etc., etc. But in this other bag that came with the chain, it has a chain link tool, which is used, if you don't know, if I can even get it out of the bag, it is used to separate the links. So you have multiple chain links. This is used to go together and to push the pins out of the chain links. This also came with bolts, extra master links, and chain tensioners, which are great because my which is great because my chain tensioner, the two that are on the back of my bike, are very scrawny, I guess you could say. They're not very big. I don't really trust them that much with upgrading my bike, so I'm definitely very happy that I got this kit instead of just getting master links or even just getting a new chain, because this gives me the tool for other projects, anywhere from pedal bikes, motorcycles, quads, side-by-sides, anything that's chain driven, which most side-by-sides aren't, but like buggies and stuff. You guys understand what I'm saying though. Definitely happy that I got the rest of this kit because it's going to come in handy. And last but definitely not least, the first thing that I probably should have got way before I got any of these are these right here. They are from Outlaw Racing Products. They are 7/8, which is what my handlebars are. I don't know if I've explained this in previous videos, but I have Pro Taper bars on the bike that are for a CR50, little Honda 50cc motorcycle. But yeah, so the risers were broke, needed to get some new ones, and we were looking around and we found these, and these are extremely bulky. They are, as far as I haven't taken them out yet, which I guess I can do now. Yeah, they're solid metal. They're not plastic. There's no plastic. There's a lot of detail put into these. These are these feel a lot sturdier than the stock ones, which is, you know, not incredibly surprising, but you would think the stock ones would be sturdier than they were, and I just want to tell you that they were not. If you have a Baja Heat, which you might not know anyone that does other than me, because they're actually a pretty rare mini bike. They're discontinued now, but it's the equivalent to the Baja Warrior. It's the same bike. Pretty much there's just little differences. I cannot get this. Guys, I screwed it up. I might have gotten the bolt stuck in there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit here and play with it for a second. It does not want to sit back in this packaging. If I just take this off. Not good enough. But that concludes the little unboxing. Like I said, I've been dying to get these parts. I've been waiting for them so long, and they were supposed to come on Saturday. The time that I'm recording this is Monday. So there was a delay, so I had to wait longer than I was expecting, which made me a little upset, I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted to get stuff done on the bike, and I really wanted to be able to go on a couple more rides before summer ends, because we are in August now, and sadly the summer is coming to the end. But once I have this bike fixed, we're going to be doing a lot more videos. Last year, during one of my storytime videos, I was telling you guys about how I rode in the snow and I was being followed. The following part isn't important, it's just the fact that I was riding in the snow. This winter I plan on doing that too, as long as I can get new tires. My front tire is still good, but my rear tire is very worn down. Too many burnouts, too many wheelies, too much riding on the street. That's not what they were meant for. So I just don't have a lot of tread. They don't grip very well anymore off-road, but we'll work with what we got. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to get some painting done, and if I can't get any painting done, then we're gonna do a skate video, I guess. That, or I might just conclude this here. So if I conclude this here, you'll see the outro. If not, I'll see you when I'm skating.